He said, "I love the shape, I love the style, but cut it in half." And I said, "Why would you cut it in half?" Mars Charger is a company that engineers and manufactures chargers for electronic vehicles. And they started off with two highly engineered prototypes that they took to the Department of Energy. Once they were there, they did a lot of technical testing around it, and this ended up blowing the competition out of the water. It charged cars so much faster than everything else that was out there, and it didn't do as much damage to the battery as the other chargers on the market did. He knew that he had to design something that was just as beautiful and amazing as the engineering was behind it. But at the end of the day, the client wasn't happy with the design. So he decided to go with another industrial design consultancy. The process was long, drawn out, expensive, and the worst part about it is that the consultancy did not listen to the client. That's when he approached us. Now, the first version was the Mars Charger Lite. This is the version that was fully engineered and that we designed for them. The second version was the Mars Charger Mega. The Mars Charger Mega was fully engineered but had no design visually to it at all. The Mars Charger Lite was a business to consumer product, and it was a transportable charger. You could fit it inside your trunk, and when you're on your way to a destination, if you happen to run out of battery, you simply pull this out, plug it into your car. Within 20 minutes, you're at half power and you can continue on your way. The Mars Charger Mega, on the other hand, was a larger standalone unit. This is where things got really interesting. So he thought the Mars Charger Lite would do really well, but in actuality, it was the Mars Charger Mega that got more pre-orders than the Lite. He had to go back and drastically expand his business model. He had to change the end consumer, who he was going to market to. He had to go and redo the design and the engineering for this larger version to be on par with what the market was asking for. So he also knew that he had to design this to look as aesthetically pleasing as the Lite version. That's when he came back to us for a second project, which we were ecstatic about. This one, we went through the entire design process on again. He doesn't want it to be boxy, big, ugly. He wants it to be noticeable, curvilinear. So what we did is we tried to come up with words to embody what he was looking for. The three words we came up with were monolithic because it's large, it's big, and it catches your attention. Annular. We don't want straight lines. We don't want boxes. We want curvature, swooping features, things that are beautiful and sexy. Premium. We want it to look very high end. And that goes down to cosmetic material finish. What colors are they? What materials are they made out of? What are the accents? So we will take that mood board and we will take small design cues from different pictures of that, and we will extrapolate that into our own design. So there may be a minute swoop or curve or overhang that gives us inspiration to turn it into an entire structure that's completely different. Now, in these initial concepts, they don't have screens, they don't have buttons, they don't have interfaces. What we're trying to focus on is the general structure of it. What's it going to look like? What is the main form? And how does that relate back to the aesthetic that we pulled from our mood board? So after we came up with the general concepts, we derived 3 of them, we had a meeting with the client. And there was an instant winner right from the beginning. He liked all 3, but there was one that really stood out to him. He said, "I love the shape, I love the style, but cut it in half." And I said, "Why would you cut it in half?" And he said, "Because we only need 1 screen, 1 keypad, 1 credit card slot, and we can have 2 pumps and do a split screen. So we've just saved half our cost on electronics for building, and we've simplified it drastically," which was great feedback from the client and really pushed the envelope of where this product was going and the end cost of it. We chopped it in half as the client requested, and then we started adding branding. Where is their logo going to go? Where is the screen going to go? Where is the access panel to access the internal electronics going to go? In this stage, we came up with 2 concepts. Both of them were a little bit different in size and structure. We related both of them to the golden ratio. If you're not familiar, that's a 1 to 1.6 ratio that occurs naturally in nature. And if you apply that to product design, it creates a very aesthetically pleasing, balanced product at the end of the day. Out of the 2 concepts that we created, there was one clear winner that he really liked. But there was a lot of minute things that needed to be changed. Adjustments to where the branding was going, how big it was. We made things glow. We placed mirrors on it so you could see behind you. We took into account things like covering the keypad so people couldn't see you punching your PIN number, where the receipt was going to go. And then we started really focusing on these minute things behind the structure, where to place them so they're most intuitive and the most aesthetically pleasing at the end of the day. So now we move into 3D CAD. We start with a base shape that's going to encompass all of the internal electronics and engineering area that we need. From that, we will start sculpting, taking away pieces from it to make it look correct. And then we'll start adding in the little bits and pieces such as the screen, receipt slots, touch pads, things of that nature. We have something in a parametric modeling system that is ready to manufacture, but what's it gonna look like? You can't just look at a CAD program and say, oh, that's beautiful. It looks very technical. So that's where we take it from our CAD software into our 3D rendering software. And this allows us to make very lifelike looking renderings. Now, the big benefit of this stage is cosmetic material finish. What materials is it gonna be? What finish? What colors? Is it painted? Is it molded in that color? He thought he wanted something very sleek looking, black, with metallic surfaces, but when we did renderings of this, it looked dark and it faded into the background. And that was the exact opposite of what the client wanted. So what did we do? We added a big glowing red thing on the top. We made all the logos glow bright red. We put big screens on the side and we made it a very shiny metallic silver. So when that sun hits that thing, that glare is gonna catch your eye and you're gonna wanna look at it when you drive by. We took this concept and in our lifelike rendering programs, we placed it in different scenes. We made one charging a government building, showing how they could charge 10, 15, 20, 30 at a time. And we gave user case scenarios with these images so that he wouldn't have to tell the story. He would put a picture up, you would see the story, and it would click. They loved it. And one of the most exciting and rewarding parts of the story is he took the Mars Charger Mega back to the market to get additional feedback after it was designed. And the people that pre-ordered ended up ordering more. And a lot of people that were on the fence about the pre-order went through and made the full pre-order. Now this project is going into commercial real estate places that are being developed across the country. Of the largest, 55 Mars Charger Megas are going into one commercial property. So he got a huge conversion and multiple millions of dollars in business just from the design of the product. That is a huge, huge win. The client made multiple millions of dollars from how strategic industrial design was applied to increase profitability. And this isn't the only project where we've applied this thought process to. We do this across the board with all of our projects. If you would like to discuss it more and learn about our process, please give me a call. I would love to talk to you.